Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an Airbus pilot, and welcome back to the FlyByWire Airbus A380. Today we're going to do the Lufthansa flight 452 from Munich to Los Angeles, which is going to be just shy of 12 hours block time. Before we start, a quick message from today's sponsor, Say Intentions AI. If you're looking for an ATC add-on that can not just do your standard IFR A to B flight, but also other things like data link, VFR, and even a cabin crew simulation, then look no further than Say Intentions. We'll be using them for our ATC and cabin crew in today's video, so if you like what you're about to see, then check them out using the link in the pinned comment or the video description below. And with that out of the way, I suggest we are going to get straight into it by checking our flight plan. Now this is what today's flight plan looks like. We are departing from Munich and then heading northbound across Hamburg, all the way across the Atlantic, Greenland and into Canada, and then southbound back towards Los Angeles. The significant weather charts for this flight do show that we have an oncoming jet stream today. We're just about cutting that area of moderate turbulence here on Greenland, and then we've got basically smooth sailing all the way over to Los Angeles. In terms of the weather forecast, let's have a look at what we've got. So our destination in Los Angeles is going to be absolutely superb throughout the entire day and evening, arriving somewhere over here with good weather conditions. Maybe a little bit cloudy, hopefully we will be able to see something of the city though. Our first alternate in Ontario, likewise, weather conditions, clear skies and southwesterly winds. Now with that out of the way, let's have a look into the actual flight plan itself. So, starting up at the very top, we've got an on-time departure, which actually leads to a delayed arrival, as the block time is rather short today. We are not critical with any of our weights. We do have 12 tons of room to our maximum landing weight and plenty to the maximum takeoff weight, starting at level 340, ending in level 380 today. So let's go ahead and have a look into the fuel section. We can make up 22 minutes at the cost of an additional 6,500 kilo. Now that's probably not going to be worth it, so we are probably rather going to accept that delay. However, I do want to bring a little bit of extra over here, just because I don't trust the fuel usage to be 100% accurately calculated. So our default is 165.2 tons of takeoff fuel plus 800 taxi, making it 166 conveniently. And then I suggest we are just going to take about, let's say 15 minutes on top of that, which is going to be 2.5 tons, which need to be transported as well. So that makes it 3 tons on top, so 169 for our block fuel. And with that out of the way, follow me into the cockpit of our Airbus A380. We're going to start with the basics over here. Safety inspection, that's the engine start selector norm, the master levers off, thrust levers idle, landing gear lever down, and the wipers are off. Then we can quickly check the battery on the aft overhead over here, making sure that we have at least 25 volts in each of them. And that is looking splendid, so then we can go ahead and power up the aircraft. Okay, all 4 external powers are coming on. It will take the airplane a little bit to boot up, so let's make good use of that time and start up the electronic flight bag as well as the OIS, which seems to be inoperative today. Okay, then we are just going to use the electronic flight bag over here. Okay, well, we are not going to go into the avionics domain over here, so that is just about fine. Alright, cool. So importing the SimBrief data, then we can head over into the load sheet. Now
Runway
we are going to take the performance exactly as it is over here.
Meters.
So do load that up, please. And for the fuel, we said we wanted 169. So let's also load that. Lovely, refueling is complete. And look at that, we're still far from the maximum. This is an incredible piece of an airplane, isn't it? Okay, cool. So with that out of the way, let's continue. We do need a couple of charts, so let's get our Navigraph charts. We're departing from Munich. Taxi charts, please. And we need the parking stands east and the taxi as well as the airport chart. And then for our departure, let's see, input to November it is. So let's search for that real quick, and we do want the ANAV version of the chart. Where is it? Input. Nicely hidden somewhere. Let's see if we can find that real quick. Not down here, it seems. Maybe up here amongst the ANAV? Yeah, input to November ANAV. Okay, here it is. Alright, cool. So that's our chart set up. Then we just need to do a preliminary performance calculation. And for that, I am going to use the SimBrief performance calculator, since we don't have one in our EFB. And over here, we've got Munich 26 right, the full length. And takeoff weight will increase that slightly. Give me 530 tons, please. Conf optimum, all the rest is an auto, weather is imported. Calculate. So, runway limit is 560 by MTOW, stop margin 228, config 1, flaps 37, and our speeds are checked. Alright, basically happy with that. Lovely. Cool. So that's all checked. Then let's continue with our aircraft acceptance. Recall, press and hold for 3 seconds. And there is nothing down here. Then let's do the fire tests, because I do want to get the APU going in a moment. ADRS is also going to nav, and APU start. It's rather hot outside, so I do want to get that going as soon as possible. Alright. So that's our initial setup over here. Then let's go ahead and cross-check our operating quantities. So we start on the door page, and the oxygen pressure is checked. We continue to the hydraulic page, where the oil quantities are checked. Then onto the engine page, where we must turn on the FADEX, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the oil quantities are good for the flight. Lovely. Alright, cool. So that's that. Then control position, flaps are up, spoilers are retracted, and that agrees with the levers. Lovely. So that's our preliminary cockpit preparation complete. Then let's get straight into the cockpit preparation procedure. And the APU is availed, so let's get APU bleed going. Nice. Getting it cool in here. Alright, so oxygen crew supply on. Evacuation switch should be a captain only, but that's okay. So flight recorder ground control on, and the rest is set up here. For the lights, strobe light, nav light, logo light auto, and let's see about the fueling. 169 tons are on board, so refueling is considered complete. Alright, and that means we can also turn on the fuel pumps. Like that. Fire test is already done. White lights on the maintenance panel are acceptable. On the right hand side here everything is set, leading us down to the main panel. Then let's see about the current weather. It's QNH of 1022. And that's selected. So it's the 15th of August 25 today, and AnySkid is on, leading us down to our radios. Actually, we can use the shortcut down here, that makes it easier. But it isn't that one, it's this one? Yeah, that's the airport shot, lovely. Okay, so turn to the left please, delivery 121.73. And then we'll have ground later on, runway 26 right, 12198. Okay, cool. 1215 is already tuned. We also need the ATIS since we don't have data link in the fly-by-wire just yet. So 123.13. And that's also selected. Good. Now 2000 on the squawk. And that's all set. VHF1, VHF2, and the interphone are selected. We'll transmit on there as well. The lights are all as needed. In the middle, everything is set. On the right hand side, the transmitters are selected as well. That's lovely. And because you guys enjoyed so much, let's bring up the PA as well. Oh, no, that's not that one, that's this one. Alright, cool. So that's everything set. Then we can go straight into our FMS. Now, since you guys seem to have liked it in the A350, I'm basically going to set up the FMS like this so that you can see the flight plan and the FMS at the same time. However, I do gotta say it was somewhat easier in the A350, so no. Let's just do it the old-fashioned way. That's probably easier. Okay, A380-800, Trent 900 engines, nav database is up to date. Then let's go to the init page and do the company flight plan request, which is going to take a little while since it is a rather long route that we've got. So, company flight plan received, waiting for insertion and insert. Good, Lufthansa 452, Munich to Los Angeles, alternate Ontario. Flight level 340, temperatures up there are going to be -49. Then, cruise mode Econ, tropopause in 39,000. Alright, average wind component is a headwind of 24 knots. Now, the IRSs are aligning on the GPS position. Departure, runway 26 right, with the input to November departure. Tempe and insert, and Los Angeles arrival, runway 24 right for the time being. ILS approach, we have the Angel 4 arrival from Hawkman. And then we just gotta know where that one ends. At Circus, okay, so via Circus. Good, Tempe and insert. Now let's go for the fix info page. And in here we got Munich 26 right, with a radial of 261. Alright, cool. Now let's go on to the step altitudes. And we are going to start at 40 west. Flight level 360, then we've got 380 at 100 west, I'm going to omit this level 390 over here, we'll just do these two, that's going to be just fine. Alright, cool, so step climbs are entered, then we can go back and the nav page is clear. Now let's go for the fuel and load. Planned fuel weight is 360.9. CG unknown for the time, so I'll enter 25. Block fuel 169. Now let's have a look at the fuel section. And in here we've got alternate 4.2. Final 5. And finally the route reserve is going to be 4.3. Good, taxi 0.8, and all the rest looks good. Lovely. Alright, and that's the procedure completed with everything that FlyByWire have simulated. So let's continue up here on the FCU. QNH will be 1022. Constraints, VORs, traffic. Initial climb will be 7,000. And on the right hand side, everything's set as well. Now let's bring up the ANF. Might take a little moment to load that thing down here. And we can basically make use of that time already. Let's actually see. I want Munich. Display. Okay, here it is. That went fast. Very nice. Cool. Alright, good. So that thing is entered. Now all we got to do is to cross-check our SID. For that we'll need the plan mode with a little bit higher zoom again. So, input to November. Let's take a look. 26 right is going to be straight ahead, Delta Mike 066, maximum 220. And well, this isn't exactly straight ahead, but it fulfills the spirit of it. Once we're airborne, I'm going to give myself a direct to the waypoint, and that should be it. So 066, maximum 220. That's a right hand turn, 064, 065, max 250. So 064, 065, max 250. And then we're going to proceed towards input. And that's exactly what we've got down here. Lovely. So that's all that stuff done. Now we've just got to enter our takeoff performance. And that's going to come from SimBrief again. So it will be a config 1 takeoff with 37 degrees flex temperature. So config 1 is selected, flex and 37. And now let's go for the takeoff speeds, which are 41, 58, 67. 141, 158, and 167. Alright, good. And that's everything entered, and that's going to be with the packs on. Now, if that's what they want, that's what they want. Noise abatement procedure 2, engine out acceleration 1500. Position monitor isn't simulated at the moment. Climb, no derailed climb selected. Lovely. So that's all our performance entries done. Very good. Okay, so then let's go ahead and grab the IFR clearance.
Initial contact, you have information X-ray. Munchen Airport, information X-ray. 0620 Zulu. Wind 265 at 3. Kavag. Temperature 21. Dew point 17. QNH 1022. Arriving and departing runways 26R, 26L. Transition level 60.
That's a little bit American in terms
level,
of the ATIS.
altitude, and if flight following is requested.
See?
Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information X-ray.
Okay, so ATIS X-ray is on board. München delivery, Lufthansa 452 Super, information X-ray, request IFR clearance to Los Angeles.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
Alright, in the meantime, let's get GSX, prepare position for pushback and departure, handling by Swissport. Alright, the APU is running already, then we can disconnect the externals. So, services, ground power unit disconnect, all the rest is closed.
452, clear to Los Angeles via the input to November departure. Climb 7000. Expect flight level 34010 minutes after departure. Departure on 118.83 squawk 3413. Expect runway 26 right.
Lufthansa 452 Super is clear to Los Angeles via the input to November departure, runway 26 right, climb flight level 70, departure 118.83, squawk 3413.
Lufthansa 452, read back correct. Ground is on 121.83, safe flight, sir.
121.83, Lufthansa 452 Super.
Emmanuel, boarding has started and the first passengers are aboard the plane.
Yeah, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard.
Okay, so the load sheet should have arrived. Let's go ahead and cross-check. Zero fuel, 360.9. And that's correct. The CG is 32.8. And that's selected. Block fuel 169 is okay. And with that, we've got a gross weight CG of 40.3. That's also selected. All the rest of the good stuff is in here. And that's it. Okay.
Lufthansa 9 Mike November, ready to taxi.
Then let's do the briefing, please.
Lufthansa 9 Mike November, taxi to runway 26 left via Whiskey 2 Sierra 7. Sierra.
Okay, departing Munich, runway 26 right, input to November departure, initial climb 70, MSA 3800, and extra fuel and time, we've got 15 minutes on top. No hotspots for our taxi routing, and the stop margin is about 200 meters plus TAS effect. In case we continue, the engine outset is straight at 25 miles, and if we need to make an immediate return, both runways are available. We're above the maximum landing weight, so we'll do the overweight landing procedure if there is no time available. If there is time available, we'll just enter the holding, and then we'll carefully decide what we are going to do up next. Now, apart from that, I've got nothing special in terms of non-standards. I've got nothing as well. I don't see any threats. What I do see is our clean speed is 235. We do have a 220 knot restriction, so we got to keep the flaps extended until passing Delta Mach 066 over here. And that's all I got for today. Any questions?
X-ray ready for push and start.
No? Lovely. Okay, that was wrong. Gotta fold that table in first. There we go. That's better. Alright, cool. So, let's do the cockpit preparation checklist, please. Gear pins and covers removed. Fuel quantity. We have 169 tons, and that is balanced. Okay, and barrel ref QNH 1022. Cockpit preparation checklist complete. Okay then, ground, how are you doing? Ready for pushback. Lovely. Okay, surveillance, transponder on. Well, actually just default settings. Then let's call for pushback. Munich ground, Lufthansa 452 Super, request pushback and startup.
Lufthansa 452 Servus, pushback and startup approved. Face north.
Pushback and startup approved, facing north, Lufthansa 452.
Etienne 433, contact
So,
tower
before
on
start checklist, please.
118.805.
So, park and brake is set, takeoff 3 times rest, V1 141, VR 158, B2 167, flex 37. Before start, checklist complete. Ground from flight deck. Please confirm all doors and hatches are closed, ground equipment is removed, and the bypass pin is installed. That's all confirmed. Okay, thanks. Then we're clear to push and start, facing north, park and brake set. Thank you, release park and brake. Brake released. Start on the pushback and stand by for engine stop, please. Alright, here we go. Off block at 15. The schedule would have been 20. We are running absolutely on time. I like that a lot. I don't like that a lot though. That looks expensive. Probably shouldn't put two A380s on the gates next to one another here in Munich.
Cabin crew.
Lufthansa to Foxtrot Juliet contact tower on 118.805.
So, loads of traffic on 26 left, 26 right, just 1, 2, 3.
Lufthansa 3 Kilo Juliet contact
Okay,
tower
that's not too
on
bad.
118.3.
Joining us today are my wonderful colleagues, Lucas,
Right, flight from ground, you're clear to start the engines.
Felix, and Mia.
Thanks, starting in sequence 1, 2, 3,
We
4.
expect a flight time
Engine
of
1 and 2
approximately
start.
11 hours and 50 minutes.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
for your
looking good.
safety, please pay attention to the following safety briefing. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear a click. To release it, lift the buckle. Please keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated, as we may experience turbulence. In the unlikely event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the panel above you. To use the mask, pull it towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head and breathe normally. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, please leave your luggage behind. There are 16 emergency exits on this Airbus A380, which are located at the front, middle, and rear of the cabin. Please take a moment to locate the exit nearest to you, keeping in mind that it may be behind you. In case of an emergency landing on water, life vests are located under your seat. To use the life vest, pull it out of the pouch, place it over your head, and secure it around your waist. Inflate it by pulling the red tabs once you are outside the aircraft.
And we've got two good
Thank you for
starts,
your attention,
starting numbers 3 and
we
4.
hope you enjoy your flight with us today.
Clear 3, 4.
After our meal service, we will also be offering items from the Lufthansa shop. Captain
Oh, that's nice. The cabin is ready for departure, but we haven't even finished the pushback yet. That's fine though. Kicking around, push is complete, set brakes. Park and brake, set. Okay, engine start is still in progress. And that looks like we've got 4 good engine starts. You are clear to disconnect, prepare the airplane for taxi, see you on the right hand side, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye. And here we go. That's 4 engines.
Condor 2-4, ready for pushback.
So, nothing in the status.
Condor 2-4, pushback.
It's trimmed itself automatically. That's
Push and start
good.
approved. Condor 2-4. Lufthansa 9er, November contact tower on 121.9.6.
Okay, there's a tuck, there's a tow bar, there's some very strange wheel movement. And there is a ramp agent holding a pin in his hands. Lovely. After start checklist,
China
please.
828 ready for pushback.
Off. Pitch trim.
Air China
40.3%.
approved.
After start checklist complete.
Push and start approved. Air China 828.
Okay, flight control check. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral rudders. Full left. Full right.
Air Nostrum 76
Neutral.
Bravo, Golf ready for pushback.
Air Nostrum 76 Bravo. Golf, pushback approved.
Push and start approved. Air Nostrum 76 Bravo, Golf.
Lufthansa 452 Super request taxi.
Lufthansa 452, service, taxi to runway 26 right, via Delta 2, Whiskey 2, November 3, November, Alpha 14.
Delta 2 Whiskey 2 November 14 Lufthansa 452 Super. Okay, so that's straight ahead, even though that is basically Echo 2. Then November 4 onto the main taxiway. Okay, we can do that. Nose light on, turn off light on. Right side is clear. Left side is clear. Parking brake released. Let's go. Yeah, not too much power, this is good. Brake check. Pressure 0. Okay, lovely.
Ocean 1 Papa Juliet request pushback. Ocean 1 Papa Juliet cleared for push and start.
So, straight out, right hand turn
Pushback
to the
and start
runway.
approved. Ocean 1 Papa Juliet.
Air China 828 ready to taxi.
Air China 828.
Now we just gotta make sure that we go
to runway
ahead of
26
the Air
left,
China.
via Delta 3, Echo to the Sierra 8.
But we'll be able to do that.
26 left via Delta 3 Echo 2 Sierra 8 Sierra Air China 828.
The good
Air
thing is,
Nostrum 76
except
Bravo, Golf
for
ready to
the North American flights, the majority of flights at this time of the day is leaving us 26 left.
Taxi to runway 26 right, via Delta 3.
Lovely
Echo 2,
afternoon,
November
12
04,
o'clock local
November.
time, or 12:20.
26 right via Delta 3 Echo 2 November 4 November Air Nostrum 76 Bravo, Golf.
Okay, left and right are clear. Then we'll get it out to the main taxiway, and once we're on there, we can do the rest of the procedures. So, clear on the left side, clear on the right side. So, back down to 10 knots
Ocean
for the
1 Papa
turn.
Juliet, ready to taxi.
Ocean 1 Papa Juliet, taxi to runway 26 left via
Here we
W1
go.
Blue Sierra 5 Sierra.
26 left via W1 Blue, Sierra 5, Sierra Ocean 1 Papa Juliet.
Okay, I see just one aircraft ahead of us. Just that one A321 over there. So, I've got no changes to the takeoff briefing. Auto brake, squawk is checked, and takeoff config is normal. Good. So, taxi checklist, please. Flight controls, checked. Flap setting, config 1 plus F. Radar on, ECAM memo, takeoff, no blue. And that's the taxi checklist complete. So all the way up to 30 knots, and then we got the second intersection at the end. The A321 is departing, so we'll be number 1. That's absolutely lovely. So, I actually don't know the tower frequency. That
Lufthansa
is
7
fine.
Papa X-ray, contact tower on 118.0.
What?
Switching to tower, Lufthansa 7 Papa X-ray.
That sound in the background was me reporting a bad voice quality from the controller. Insane tensions. Because I wouldn't know how to dial 118 theta into the comm panel. So let's not go too slow over here. Okay, we're about to reach the runway.
Condor 2 for contact tower on 118.1.
So, not this one, but the next one, and then we're in Alpha 1-4.
Over to tower, Condor 2-4.
Alright, are you ready for departure? I take that as a yes, and I certainly am as well. So let's see, the approach area seems to be mostly clear. That's good. So just waiting for the tower handoff. Should come any moment.
Lufthansa 452, contact tower on 118.705. Tschüss.
118.705, Lufthansa 452, tschüss. München Tower, Lufthansa 452, super, ready for departure.
Lufthansa 452 Super, Munich Tower, runway 26 right, winds calm, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 26 right, clear for takeoff, Lufthansa 452 super. So, packs are going to remain on today. Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway, 26 right full length, packs 1 and 2, on. Lineup checklist complete. Are you ready?
Approaching 26
I
right.
certainly am. So we'll take the weather on both sides. Approach area is clear anyway, and the left is as well. Okay then, I'm ready.
On runway 26,
Take off.
right.
Manflex 37 SRS, runway auto thrust blue. Thrust set. Knots, checked. Look at the nice glass shield animation here. That's new. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Nav, checked. So let's see if the route fixes itself or if we need to help it. I'll just wait for the 1900 waypoint, and either we get a straight line to Delta Mike 066 or I'm just going to insert a direct there. Well, that is not what I call a straight line, so direct Delta Mike 066 please. Present position gear toe.
Lufthansa 452, contact departure on 118.83.
118.83, Lufthansa 452 Super. Thrust line, climb, auto thrust. Machine radar, Lufthansa 452 Super, passing 3100, climbing flight level 70.
Departure identified, climb flight level 070, direct Delta Mike 066.
Climbing level 70 via Delta Mike 066, Lufthansa 452. Okay, flight level 70 is blue. So, engines are in climb thrust, don't need the chrono any longer.
Flight level 210.
Lufthansa 452, climbing flight level 250.
Lufthansa 415, contact Munich Tower on 118.705.
Over to Munich Tower on 118.705 here on
25,000
Lufthansa 415.
Okay, flap auto retraction. And then we can say flap 0. Speed check. Flaps 0. So, packs are on anyway. Autopilot 1. So, acceleration flow pattern. Flaps up, spoil is retracted, landing gear up, and packs on. Cool. So, that went pretty smooth. Number 1 for departure. Got all the clearances we wanted at all the times we wanted them. What else can you possibly ask for? Very smooth departure. That's how I like it. Now, let's see about the arrival time. 21:22. Well, that would be like 40 minutes early. And to be totally honest, I don't see that happen. Unfortunately, we don't have wind data request. That may be the reason here. Oh well. Set standard. Standard cross-check passing flight level 51. Now. Checked. normally I would ask to get relieved of the Delta Mike 065 restriction of 250 knots, but look at that. The A380 doesn't exactly climb good enough that it's even worth asking for this.
Average 74 whiskey.
Lufthansa 452, climb flight level 230.
Lufthansa 452, stopping the climb, flight level 230. Flight level 230, Blue. Maybe he realized that
Stop climb at flight level 230.
that's what we're doing. Stop and climb level 230, Lufthansa 452, super. Okay, so 230 Blue, we've had that part already. Yeah, 250 might have been a little high for the initial clearance. I believe in the real world it's like level 190 or so that they usually give you out of Munich. But well, doesn't really matter. Okay, so is there anything else we can do for the time being except to admire this absolutely beautiful Airbus A380?
China A2.
Just remember, this is freeware, guys. Amazing freeware. Really amazing freeware.
10,000 Air China 828.
Lufthansa 7, Papa X-ray, contact Munich, departure on 132.305.
Switching to Munich departure on
Alright, we're about to reach 10,000. We cleared the speed restriction anyway. Look at that, we're just reaching 10,000 by input.
Munich departure.
With an A320 would be twice as high right now. But then again, currently we're carrying the weight of how many A320s? Like 4 of them? Right, passing 10,000. Lights off, signs auto. Optimum 325, maximum 340. We're fouled at 340, and since this is a little bit erratic, I am just going to keep it at 340 anyway. Okay, and there is nothing hard-tuned in the radios. Well then, from here, things are going to get a little bit more relaxed, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the marvelous views on our flight to Los Angeles. And then I'll see you all when we stop approach. minutes from our top of descent, and it's time to start preparing our A380 for our approach into Los Angeles. Let's start by actually collecting the latest weather, which we've got over here. The wind is calm, overcast in 2,500 feet, temperature 22, altimeter 29998, and we can dial that up already. So 2998 is set up here, and we can pre-select that down here as well. Here we go. So let's go ahead and start with some of the basics, and that is first of all going to be our arrival. So since we are still outside of the comm range of the Los Angeles Asus, and since the A380 unfortunately does not simulate data link, we'll just have to get that through the St. Tensions website, which I'm doing while we're waiting for this. But let's go ahead and make some good use of the time by preparing our approach charts. So we can get rid of all the Munich charts over here, back to view, Navigraph, and we're looking for our destination in Los Angeles. So we need some charts, and that's got to be the A380 approved charts. And the same goes for the parking base up here. We can pin the general chart, that's going to be fine. Our arrival is going to be the Angel 4 on-off arrival, and then we'll have to see about the runways, and they're using 25 left and 24 right at the moment. So that sounds quite good. So 25 left, 24 right. Which one did we plan? I believe the 24 one. Yep, 24 right, that's fine with me. We'll stick to that. So ILS 24 right, and I'll also pin the ILS 25 left, just in case. So let's go ahead and start reviewing our arrival. Coming in from Hawkman up here. So onto the climb mode, range 40, and then we can start working on this. Okay, so we're already inbound to Shatner. From there we're going to continue by a smash towards Sally. Thereafter via Gleason, 280 knots between level 240 and level 300. Then we've got Angel between level 190 and level 240. Cam above 17,000, Boyle over 14,000. And then we continue to Circus, 270 knots between 12 and 14,000. And then we can spec the ILS approach runway. Well, it says 25 left in here, 24 right will be just as applicable. Okay, so ILS 24 right, let's bring out that chart and go over this. So starting from Circus. We're gonna fly towards Skull, and then we need the vertical information on here as well. Skull above 10,000, Decor above 9,000, then we've got Bria 8,000, Pala 7,000, Levin 6,000, Brook in 5,000, Mercy in 4,000, and then Kobe at 2,200. From there starts the approach. 2200, 3-degree glide slope, and that's exactly what we got in here. Alright, and the missed approach is going to be straight ahead heading 251, intercept the radial 260 outbound Los Angeles towards Rafts and climb to 2000. And that's exactly what we got down here. Lovely. Okay, with that our flight plan is checked, then let's go on to the performance info and start entering something. Our descent data looks good, now let's go for the approach data. Wind is calm, 22 degrees, 2998. So, let's get that table. So, 0 at 0, temperature 22, and then we got a QNH of 29.98. Okay, so minimum 322, and that is applicable for all airplane categories. Okay. So 322. Lovely. Let's see, any difference between Con 3 and Con 4? Just marginal, but the runway isn't all too long, so we're gonna keep it the way it is right now. Engine out acceleration, well, 4,200 is the MSA, 2,000 is the missed approach altitude, so I'm gonna enter 2,000 down here. Okay, and that's everything we need. On the NAV8, we could enter Los Angeles down here, and the radial 260 for our missed approach. Alright, here we go. Lovely, so that's all the good stuff entered. Then let's go ahead and find our destination airport. Display that, please. That is going to take a little while now. But here we go. Okay, so runway 24 right is selected, and the exit will be at the end. Zulu, and BTV is armed. Good. So with that, we've done everything. Then I suggest let's get into the approach briefing, please. Your call. Alright, we're going to fly the Angel for arrival with an ILS approach runway 24 right. The minimum is 322 feet. Go around straight ahead, join the radial 260 outbound Los Angeles to RAFs climbing 2000, MSA 4200. On the approach area, we're coming in over the mountains, so it will be a little bit higher over there. Now, in terms of extra fuel and time, we've got 16.8 extra, which seems a little bit too much for me, to be honest. But we're not going to get there with an EFOP of 26 tons, so that's not entirely accurate, but we do have sufficient extra fuel with us. Okay. So, thank you for that. Now, hotspots for our taxi in are, or rather, let's start the other way around. The approach will be guided with a flight director with an ILS approach. Config full, auto brake BTV, and we're going to vacate the runway at the very end. Then it's going to be a left-hand turn of the runway, crossing runway 24 left, which is an active departing runway, so we got to pay a little bit of attention when we do
452
that.
Super, descend via Angel 4 into Los Angeles.
Lufthansa 452 Super, descending by the Angel 4 arrival in Los Angeles. Okay, then we can turn this all the way down to 10,000 and...
Lufthansa 452 Super, descend via Angel 4, arrival into Los Angeles.
Lufthansa 452 Super, descending by the Angel 4 arrival into Los Angeles. Yeah, you said that already, you don't need to say that twice. Okay, so, then we can start our descent just now. Well, apart from that, you don't need to go down that quickly. Mach vertical speed. Just got to be a little bit careful here. For some reason that VNAV, or that VDEV dot is stuck at level 360. I'm going to descend through that, and once we're below, that level will go back to manage. Okay, yeah, nothing special, nothing non-standard. Threats for the arrival. Honestly, don't see any, do you? No? Lovely. So that's our approach briefing completed. Then let me say bye-bye to our guests. Liebe Fluggäste, einen schönen Nachmittag aus dem Cockpit. Hier spricht Ihr Kapitän. Wir haben unseren Sinkflug in Richtung Los Angeles begonnen. Die verbleibende Flugzeit jetzt noch circa eine halbe Stunde. Das Wetter in Los Angeles ist sehr schön. Die Temperatur bei 22 Grad mit einer geschlossenen Wolkendecke. Wir bedanken uns herzlich, dass Sie heute Lufthansa für Ihren Flug gewählt haben, wünschen Ihnen einen schönen Aufenthalt, gegebenenfalls eine gute und sichere Weiterreise und würden uns freuen, Sie bald wieder an Bord eines unserer Flugzeuge begrüßen zu dürfen. Vielen Dank für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We've started our descent to Los Angeles with a remaining flight time of 20, or probably rather 30 minutes. The weather in Los Angeles currently cloudy, temperatures of 22 degrees centigrade. Thank you for choosing Lufthansa for today's flight. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, and we look forward to welcoming you again on board with future service. Thank you very much for your attention, and we wish you a nice and safe continuous journey. Okay, I'm back on one, and since there have been no changes, we can fast forward this a little into the approach. approaching and passing
Lufthansa
10,000.
452 Super, proceed to reverse. Descend and maintain 4,000. Altimeter 29.97 until established for localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 24 right approach.
Lufthansa 452 Super, direct Mercy, descending 4,000 until established. Cleared ILS 2 for right. Altimeter 2997.
Devices and stolen away.
Okay, beautiful. So we're in on the Mercy anyway already. 2997 is set and cross-checked, and we're cleared for the ILS. We've also passed 10,000, so the lights on, signs on, EFIS is set, and then we can do the approach checklist, please.
Lufthansa 452 Super, speed 250 knots.
Speed 250, Lufthansa 452 Super. Select the 250. So approach checklist, bow ref, QNH 29907. Minimum,
Lufthansa
Baro,
452 Super, say again, please.
Lufthansa 452 Super, speed 250 knots. Okay, minimum, Baro 322, auto brake BTV, and that's the approach checklist complete. Lovely. So Los Angeles lies straight at. It's a straight line in. That's about as easy as it gets. We're receiving something on the ILS here.
SkyWest 5252 radar contact.
Oh yeah, that looks more like Los Angeles. Minimum speed, all constraint start, descent
Proceed
blue.
direct on Dom. Clear for the ILS runway 25 left approach. Descend and maintain altitude 3600.
So we seem to be the only ones on 2 for right. In fact, we seem to be the only ones overall.
Cleared for the
Let's see,
ILS
we go
runway
down to the
25
surveillance
left
page,
approach.
see just
SkyWest
below.
5252.
We get anything more? Yeah, a couple of inmounts.
SkyWest 5252 contact Los Angeles
Descent
Tower
out 6,000 magenta.
Over to
Okay,
Los
we're
Angeles
clear for the
Tower,
ILS.
120.905 and SkyWest
Block star.
5252.
Cardinal 3 Sierra Kilo contact Los Angeles Center on 125.275.
Block.
Switching to Los Angeles Center on 125.275, Cardinal 3 Sierra Kilo.
Sun Country 8708, proceed direct Vila. Cleared for the RNAV Zulu runway 24 left approach. Descend and maintain altitude 10,000 until established.
Down to 10,000 cleared for the RNAV Zulu runway 24 left approach, Sun Country 8708.
SoCal approach, United 1945, 14,000.
United 1945 radar contact. SoCal approach. Southwest 2773, 11,000. Southwest 2773 radar contact. Southwest 2773, proceed direct Booby. Cleared for the ILS runway 24 left approach. Descend and maintain altitude.
Okay,
1,000
so
until established.
that's a beautiful look
Down to
outside,
4,000.
isn't it?
Cleared for the ILS
Well, we're descending
runway
down
24
to
left
4,000
approach.
feet.
Southwest 2773.
I went over into open descent since, well,
SoCal approach, Delta 422,
that's what we're clear to. 1,000 to go. We
Delta 422 radar
still have a
contact.
speed restriction of 250, so
Delta 422,
for the
proceed
time
direct
being
Booby.
I will maintain
Cleared
that
for the
until we can
ILS
actually
runway
slow the
24 left
airplane
approach.
down.
Descend and maintain
But once we're in
altitude
4,000 I will ask
until
ATC
established.
because otherwise it will get pretty hard to
Delta
actually slow
4000
the
cleared for the
airplane.
ILS runway 24 left approach, Delta 422.
We can do them some favors, but
Lufthansa 452 Super contact Los Angeles Tower on 120.905.
12095 and we are reducing speed. Lufthansa 452 Super.
Down to 10,000 cleared for the RNAV Yankee run.
Los Angeles Tower, Lufthansa 452 Super, established ILS 2 for right. Catherine Dual, autopilot 1 and 2, Glasgow Blue. So let's go down to somewhere about the 180s or so, or 170.
Lufthansa 452 Super, Los Angeles Tower. Roger, continue approach for
Flaps
runway
one.
24 right.
Continue approach to right, Lufthansa 452 Super. Blast up star,
United 1945, Roger.
current altitude
Los
2000
Angeles
south.
Tower, Southwest 2773. Established on the ILS runway 24
So
left.
we might have to help it a bit.
Southwest
Speed brake coming out.
2773, Roger.
Los Angeles Tower, Delta 422, established
Now
on
the
the
question
ILS
is, can
runway
we still
24
use that
left.
speed while we're on the glide slope? With a tailwind especially? But we still have time,
Southwest
so
639, Roger.
I'm not too worried here. In the worst case, we can just drop the landing gear, then we don't have any problems at all anymore. Ups to speed Speed checked. Flaps 2. Interesting. 2 already results in the speed brakes retracting. That's interesting. Didn't expect that. But okay, the speed is coming down nicely now, so we might as well stow the speed brakes completely. Alright, that's very close to the F speed. Both fast is active, so manage speed.
Lufthansa 452 Super winds 270 at 4. Runway 24 right, cleared to land.
Runway 24 right, cleared to land, Lufthansa 452 Super. Cat 1.
Lufthansa 452 Super. Continue on current heading for runway 24 right approach. No visual on Ferris wheel from current position.
No idea what you're talking about, but confirm we're clear to land. Lufthansa 452 Super. Okay. Gear down, flaps 3.
Lufthansa 452 Super negative. You are not cleared to land yet. Winds 270 at 4. Runway 24 right, cleared to land.
Runway 24 right, cleared to land. Lufthansa 452 Super. Okay.
Southwest 2030, winds calm. Runway 25 left, cleared to land.
Well, we are clear to land now, that's the important
Southwest
thing.
2030.
Lufthansa 452 Super. Continue on current heading for runway 24 right approach. No visual on Ferris wheel from current position.
What? It's checked, slightly below glide, but stabilized. And the ECA memo has landing no blue, so the landing checklist is also completed. That ADC was a little bit distracting. No idea what he wanted. Okay, nicely stabilized. Let's put the airplane down on the marker.
Approaching 24 right.
Checked. So, 11 hours 40 flight time. Let's ensure that the guests are going to remember those and not just the last second of the flight. AKA, let's make it a good one.
300.
Land.
300. 100 above.
Checked.
Minimum 200.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Spoilers, reverse green, decel. I think we can call that a good one.
1,200 meters remaining. 900 remaining.
70 knots.
600 remaining.
Manual brakes. Alright, then we let it roll to the end and vacate the runway to the left. All of a sudden it's so silent in here.
Sun Country 8708, winds calm. Runway 24 left, clear to land.
30
Ladies and
meters
gentlemen, welcome
remaining.
to Los Angeles. We hope you enjoyed your flight with us today. Did you know that Los Angeles is home to the famous Hollywood sign and is known as the entertainment
Okay, I
capital?
think I just heard him clear someone to land on 24 left, so
Please remain seated until
let's be careful here. We'll stop the airplane right at the hold short line.
Stephanie and the entire crew, we wish you a pleasant stay here in Los Angeles. The local time is 3:10 p.m. If you have a connecting flight, please listen carefully.
Lag here.
Flight LH123 to New York departs at 4:00 p.m.
Okay, so
and flight LH456 to Chicago departs
Approaching
now at 4:38
0,
from Gate
6, right.
we'll stop here, please. Can't see any of that traffic. Lufthansa 452, request crossing runway 24 left.
Lufthansa 452 Super, cross runway 24 left, continue taxi to Bradley Gate 150.
Cross runway 24 left and then taxi gate 150, Lufthansa 452 Super. Lufthansa 452, request gate 148. So we're clear to cross, strobe lights on.
Lufthansa 452 Super, gate 148 approved.
Gate 148 approved, Lufthansa 452. Okay, cool, so he's not giving us to ground. We stay on the ATC frequency, or rather on the tower frequency. That's fine with me. So 10 knots into the turn. That's looking good. All right, nice. Strobe lights are coming back off, and we don't have an after landing checklist here, I think. But let's find out. The landing one was actually complete. Yeah, come on. You were complete, my friend. Okay, gate 148. That's gonna be on the parking stands chart. Down here. So, GSX, Tom Bradley International Terminal. Gate 148. No follow me needed. Handling by Donata. So, straight ahead over here. And we will be parking down there.
Utiliner 2 Romeo Zulu, winds 270 at 4, runway 25 left, cleared to land.
So, look at that, our company is here already as well.
25 left, cleared to land,
With
Utiliner 2
both an
Romeo Zulu.
A380 and a 747. But I think we gotta free that one from AI, because that 747 there is right on our stand. Okay, so down to 10 knots, and then we can make that turn to the right-hand side. Let's try that again. Free parking from AI, please. And if that's not working, I might just about have to quit say intentions when we start our turn into the gate. Because I really do want to use the real world
Aeromexico
gates on these
645, holding
flights.
short runway 25 right, ready for departure.
Aeromexico 645, winds calm, runway 25 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 25 right, Aeromexico 645.
So, roughly 11 hours and 45 minutes. That's what I call a nice flight.
Los Angeles Tower, Southwest 2780.
Okay, 148 is going to be our first gate past this little thing over here, past this part of the building. So that's definitely the one where the 747 is on. So in that case, I'm just going to quit Say Intentions AI now, and that is going to remove the traffic as well. Okay, so start APU, lights off. And here's our gate. Nice and slow. A little bit of help from the engines to get through the turn. And back to idle. Here we are. Alright, A380 800 is on the guidance system. Yeah, that was a bit too slow. Oh nice, the guidance in meters in the States. Normally it's in feet over here. It can be a little confusing. And that is not too far. Oh god, GSX. Okay, so APU bleed on. Park and brake set. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come true, all doors in park. Okay, engines are running down. Then let's go ahead and... Can we disarm the slots here? Don't think we can, huh? Okay, not gonna be a problem. We'll just give it a moment. The engines are off. Beacon is coming off, and that disarms the slides. Okay. So, fasten seatbelts off, and now let's turn off a couple of fuel pumps. Okay, parking checklist. So, park and brake our trucks. The brakes are set, and wing light is off. Parking checklist complete. Okay, with that, welcome to Los Angeles. Now, let's go ahead and call for deboarding up here, which might take a little while. In the meantime, fuel. Fuel used 144.7. How much were we supposed to use? A lot more. Interesting. Okay. So we should have used 151.8 and we just used 144.7. That's pretty good. Honestly, a little bit too good. So probably the FlyByWire used a little bit less fuel than it should have. On the other hand side, we had about 11:45 flight time versus 11:48 planned. So that was very accurate. Okay. Well, any extra fuel, we're definitely going to take it. Now, apart from that, let's see. IRSs, position, monitor page is not simulated, okay, fine, then we can shut it down. Okay, so IRSs are going off, then we can connect some ground power down here, please. GPU is available. Well, and then let's shut down the APU as well. Cool, and that's about everything. My friends, welcome to Los Angeles. I do hope you enjoyed the flight as much as I did. I surely had a blast at this one, but now I'm looking forward to your feedback. Leave it in the comments underneath the video. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.